name is Maddi and today we're going to talk to you about how we teach our horses to respond to pressure. Here at the Barresi Ranch, we need to make sure that our horses can give or move away from pressure when we ask them to without overreacting. This is very important from a training standpoint, but also from a safety standpoint. So if our horses get caught or stuck in a situation, they can calmly wait there until we can come and help them. Horses need to know how to properly respond to pressure in all situations, from riding, training, teaching tricks to safety out in pasture. Here at the Barresi Ranch, there are many different exercises that you can use to teach your horse to properly respond to pressure, but we have 3 of our favorites: head down, leading by the tail, and turn and go. The first exercise that we're going to go over is head down. The way that we go about this exercise is by placing 2 of our fingers on the pressure point on the poll of our horses, which is located right in between the 2 ears. And we're going to start by applying the slightest amount of pressure, and then we can increase this pressure as time goes on, as if they're still resisting and not understanding as much. But as soon as they give the slightest release or drop their head towards the ground, we're going to remove our hands away, rub them all over, make sure they know that that's what we wanted, and then we can go back and try it again. And as the horses start to understand this more, they'll start to give a bigger release and release quicker towards the time that you put your hands on the pole. This is a super helpful exercise when it comes to haltering or bridling our horses, so that we can bring their head down and we can easily reach their head. But also from a safety standpoint, when they're being tied, if they get spooked and they go to pull back, the halter will put pressure towards the point on the pole, and it encourages them to come back forwards and relax and stand still so that they don't get themselves injured. The next exercise that we're going to talk about is called turn and go. The way we're going to go about this exercise is you have a hold of the lead rope that's attached to the halter. You're going to wrap it around their side. You can go either the right or the left side. Wrap it around their back side, and then you're going to stand around the shoulder of the opposite side. And as you apply pressure to that lead rope by gently pulling, they should follow the pressure all the way around, so they do a complete circle until they're facing you. This is a really helpful exercise when it comes to when you teach your horse to be ridden. When you're asking them to steer, they need to be able to follow that pressure. And then also as we're just leading our horses around to make sure that they know when to come and when to move away from that pressure on the lead rope. It's also super helpful to teach them to not overreact when there are things laid around them or maybe wrapped around them, that they know to relax, to follow that pressure around to unwind themselves, and they can then get out of the situation that way. If they haven't had a lot of training around this, they can then overreact. They'll maybe try to move their feet around a lot more, throw their head up in the air, get a little bit confused. So we just want to make sure that we can clear that up for them and know that they can relax, take a deep breath, and go through it slowly and get themselves out nice and safely. The next exercise that we use here on the ranch to teach our horses to give to pressure is leading by the tail. Though this exercise is very helpful to teach them to give to the pressure, it's also just a really fun thing that you can teach your horses and use it as kind of a trick or just to have fun and play around with. The way that we're going to begin by teaching this exercise is by holding the lead rope. While we stand behind the horse, we're going to make sure that we touch the horses all the way around so they know we're coming and we don't startle them. We're then going to take a hold of their lead rope and gently apply pressure. I like to use a vocal cue of clucking and also tap my fingers around their dock or the top of their tail head to encourage them to come back towards that pressure. The moment that they start to walk back towards you, giving to that pressure, or even just rock their weight back, you want to make sure you release. We always release at the slightest try so that the horses know what we then want them to do. We're then going to ask again, and maybe next time they'll give us 1, 2, maybe another step so that we can make sure that we're always moving in that direction where they understand it a lot better. After you've practiced this exercise a lot with your horses, you'll then be able to refine it to the point where you don't even need to hold the lead rope, and just the slightest application of pressure towards that tail, they'll softly come right back towards you and backing up. Thank you all so much for joining us and watching this video of our favorite exercises here on the ranch to teach our horses to give to pressure. You can check out our Mustang playlist for some more fun and educational videos. We'll see you next time!